and greetings from Cocoa Packs. It's so good to be with you. Unfortunately, under these dire conditions that we find ourselves, would like to share just a little bit about what has been happening over the last 3 weeks and the difference that's being made and why your support is so important to us. We have seen car after car after car come through our drive-through. We've heard story after story of why what we are doing is so important to the children that we help. I had one mom stop at the drive-through and she has to work. She works at Giant and her kids are home from school. She asked us to help her find a babysitter for her children. This is the circumstances that people find themselves in because of the school shutdown. And we are showing up, we are on site, we are there to listen. We have a lending ear for those that we so deeply care for, to try and assist in not only the physical way through the food that we're providing, but also the emotional ways, and really continue to connect with those that we assist on a greater level. It is so important to keep that connection with each other, and we are so blessed to be able to see people at a distance every single week. Thank you to every single one of you for these sponsorships that make such a beautiful difference and help love win. I just want to send a heartfelt thank you out to Rick and Joy Russell and Englewood. We appreciate the generosity that they extended to us, and we just feel so sad that we are not going to be able to be the opening event, but we appreciate their continued generosity to Cocoa Packs.
Dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
greatest joys over these last 3 weeks are when families bring their children, that I get to see the children, and the children are banging on the glass and so excited to see me as well. As you know, it's personal for me. Their faces remind me how important the work we do is, and how important making sure that we can do this work is. We are seeing a greater enrollment. Every single week we are enrolling more and more children. People are just seeing our signs and coming through the drive-through and just asking, can you help us? If they have children, we are helping. I'm really proud of us that we have had zero disruption in our service. We seamlessly left the school district location, got into Spring Creek Church of the Brethren, and started operating right off the bat. We cannot thank Spring Creek Church of the Brethren enough, especially Michelle Shepard, who made that connection for us, but also their pastor, Adam, and also their trustees who check in on us, make sure that we have everything we need, and have just been so supportive. We really appreciate that. Also, Hershey Soccer, a huge shout out to them. They have set up our drive-through for us every single day that we're open. They open it up for us. They shut it down for us. Tents. They got us a refrigerated truck that we can use to store food that we're receiving, and all kinds of different donations. We have a refrigerator and a freezer right on site. And so we really appreciate Tony Potter and Bill Fisher, who have just been extraordinary. And anytime we need more help, they send in more Hershey Soccer. So we love that as well. So obviously safety has been a #1 priority here for us at Cocoa Packs as well during this difficult time and unknown that we've been dealing with. So we thought about, wow, we started with just coming in, getting our space set up and ready to roll. And then it was put on the gloves. Then it was get on the mask. Now this mask specifically, we want to give a shout out to our fantastic Choice Pantry coordinator, Wendy Updegrove, and her precious children who handmade these beautiful masks for us. They had masks for children and masks for adults. We handed out those masks to some of the children that we were distributing to, and they were so excited about it. Then I just literally got outside in our donation box these beautiful masks from Hershey Figure Skating Club. Clean and individually wrapped. How awesome is that? So another reason to be thankful and grateful. It is impossible to do what we do without you. Every single dollar that you guys have sponsored impacts the life of a child in ways you cannot even imagine, in small ways and in big ways, every single week. There's not a week that goes by that we don't see a handprint from a child that comes because we are able to do this work because of your generosity. I'd like to start out by thanking so many people who have sponsored at the 500 level, which sponsors one child, and this is so important. Every single dollar is so important.
You felt You know I'm bound to thank you for it. La 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 on giving for your kindness. I'm in debt to you, and I never could have come this far without you. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. La 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 la
I can't express my gratitude enough to Peggy Bravacos and our Heart4Hunger team. They have worked tirelessly for months and months, so as you can understand, this is incredibly difficult for us to not be able to have this event that we were so looking forward to, being with you and sharing in all of the joy of the work we get to do every week and helping you to be present and experience some of that together. And it's unfortunate that we are unable to do that. 4.5 years ago, when I stood in front of you, we had 92 children that we assisted. We are over 500 children now that we assist. We need you. We need you to join us in this fight. I want you to also know we have students that are succeeding and out of our program. We have helped them, and they are now giving back to the organization through volunteerism. We have students that are sent to us for community service that walk into our doors one way and walk out another way, to the point where I had a judge call me on the phone to ask me if the letter that I wrote of recommendation for this one young lady was actually real. And that's the truth of the matter. What love and care does is absolutely incredible. It's transformational, and we watch it every single week, and you get to be a part of that. And not many people get to say that. One thing I think it's important for you to know is that at Cocoa Packs, all are welcome. There is not an age limit restriction or an ability limit restriction. We welcome everybody through our doors to volunteer, and you don't find that much, and we hear that all the time. Mothers are modeling service to their children, and sometimes they come from an hour away because in their local community, there isn't a place for them to bring their children to serve. We are so proud of all of our volunteer groups. We are missing so much our friends from the Vista School and Hope Spring Farms and CT Home Care, and our friends from Miss Kenny's class who come every single week to help us and make such a beautiful difference, and also remind us that everybody matters. Everybody has a place at Cocoa Packs. We cannot do the life-changing work we do without our volunteers. It is so hard to say thank you enough to those who have come on site and helped us to continue to do this work. Tremendous thank you to Erin Dar, our Director of Volunteers, who has managed so much behind the scenes for us, changes in the schedule, changes in the volunteer needs based on what we're seeing, and she just so humbly and gracefully care about the work that we're doing and make sure that we have what we need. The volunteers have been amazing. Gary Township School District staff, who is struggling themselves with not being in touch with their students, have shown up here to help us. Their care for their students is so apparent, and we appreciate that. Dee Solnicker, our enrollment coordinator, and the district social worker, and Greg Hummel, both sit on our board. Greg is the director of food services. They have been with me day in and day out in this fight to make sure that Cocoa Packs stands firm and continues to provide assistance to the children. Also, I need to thank so many individuals that it's just sometimes the little things. June Umberger just shows up, and she'll show up and she will bring me a sub and a Coke because I've been here all day and she wanted to make sure that I have lunch. Kim McCall just, again, shows up at just the right time and has just managed the inside so masterfully so we can manage the outside. Huge shout out to Val, who is our Harrisburg connection, and she has been taking our van down there and making sure that the work down there is still happening. That is a dire situation down in Harrisburg, and we appreciate all that she is doing down there on our behalf and being our liaison to another place that desperately needs our help. Shout out to our generous food donors as well. Those people that are just showing up with food for us. Restaurants that have shut down but thought of us to give their donations to. We continue to be appreciative of Panera Give Back, which we pick up every single Tuesday, and that has still not stopped. So we're able to have some of those fresh items as well. Starbucks, they had to close and they generously donated items to us. Haas's, both locations, the gorgeous donations from the mill. They gave us a beautiful, full cheesecake that we were able to bless to a family that has 5 children. And the looks on those children's faces when we handed them that cheesecake, and then when they came back the next week and told us how delicious it was just such an uplift to us to hear tangibly the difference that what we're doing is making for those we are assisting is extreme, brings us great strength. Heart4Hunger was supposed to be, our tagline was, hope for today, help for tomorrow, and the hope that we're seeing right now is really inspiring, but with that hope has to come the funding to be able to continue that work. And that is so important that we continue to receive those dollars that make it possible for us to help the children. We are incredibly, I am personally heartbroken that we cannot be together this year. But I want you to know how much your support means to me personally and to this organization. We can't do this without you. And there's so much riding on it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.